Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Yacht Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I am your host, and today I'm once again joined by Alex from Grupo Barco. How are you, Alex?
Good, very good. Hello, Ria.
Thank you for joining us. The last time that we had you on board, it was to talk about Astilleros and the lease that was coming up. But first, one thing that is really affecting the community or the yachting community within Mallorca is the port authority tax. Now, everyone knows in the community of Mallorca knows about this port authority tax. Back in June 28th, 2019, the board of directors approved a new tax. In some cases, it's 1.5%. In other cases, 2.5%. And the yachting industry didn't actually hear about it until November 18th when it was published in a publication. And the yachting industry kind of felt that was a bit, well, underhanded, not necessarily, but not very transparent, as it were. And it was supposed to come into place as of January 1st. Now, because the yachting industry sort of came up into arms over it, they decided to waylay it until July 1st. Well, now, as we all know, July 1st has passed, and there was no major announcement. There was no major anything. That tax has now been implemented. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, that was a little bit of surprise because during the last 2 months, 1 month and a half, just in the middle of the COVID, is when they said that, well, in the last in the port authority meeting, they say that sure they will apply 1st of July the tax. So it was a little surprise because I was thinking that because in other places it's already happened that they will delay the applying of the tax minimum for, I don't know, I say for January or 1 year or whatever, because the COVID is make a lot of damage to all the business in Mallorca, mainly in the tourism sector, that for sure. But also for us, for the nautical sector, because part of our business, we are working with the yacht, so the owners, they didn't come to Palma, so everything was stopped, and was a little bit surprised. It's a surprise that they wanted to apply yes or yes the tax 1st of July, but yeah, they vote yes, applied in 1st of July, so we start to receive info about it. And we are waiting what will happen. So we have until end of August to prepare each company all papers that they request, and let's see what happened during the year.
Did it come as a shock that they went ahead? I mean, you know, that's one, there was no major announcement. They didn't sort of take out an ad of any sort to say, okay, don't forget July 1st, this tax is going to be implemented. Companies, you need to be prepared. Did it just quietly happen as everything else?
No, and also until 1 hour before from now, I received an email says, Alex, what do you know about the tax? So the companies, they start to receive emails, letters about the applying of the tax, but they don't have clear. They have a lot of doubts about what to do. So what I said is, from now, because we know that the tax is here, is better than what they wanted to apply in December. So we have in better situation. Could be better, of course, but it's what it is. So the minimum what we have to do, because if we don't fill and we send all the papers that they request until we have the end of the date is 30th or 31st of August. In September, you can get problems to go inside the port authority area to follow your business. So do it. You have to do it yes or yes, because no, I don't want to. No, do it yes or yes. You have to do it. And we have time to discuss what we will do during this year with to deal with the port authority, how to apply, because I'm pretty sure that they don't know how to apply it as well. Mm-hmm. They said this is what you have to pay, but they don't know exactly how to do it. Well, let's. I think that what they have in their mind is, for them is was something in the law, so they wanted to apply yes or yes, and they don't want to push. For me this year, they don't push a lot for see how much they how much money they can collect from other companies. So it will be something mixed. I don't know. It will be very a year quite straight. Let's see.
Well, I mean, it's already proven to be a strange year so far, so let's hope that, maybe the rest of the year will go a little bit smoother. Now, again, we talked the last time you were on in regards to Astilleros. Now, for those of you that don't know, the lease was up in 2027. And Astilleros is known as a closed yard. And there is space over by STP for a yard to go in, and that's where they were requesting to be moved. And the reason they had to move was because there was a beautification of, the front end of Palma. They didn't want that area where Astilleros has been for the past few decades to be a shipyard, so they would have had to move. But that created some issues over the fact that Astilleros was a closed yard, and you were one of those people that said, look, we want an open yard so everybody has freedom. What is happening in that situation now?
Yeah, what happened is well, we as you know, I try to fight hard about this. Basically, for what I explained in the last interview, that there are mainly these two models: the closed model, the closed yard, and the open yard. And we say there are differences, but the best one of the things there is the closed model yard can join inside the open yard. That's the best. So what I said, what we have to do is keep all the area for open yard, and each company can deal about this open yard, the place for all of us, no different. So what happened is finally the last day to present a project was in 25th of June, and in the last day was STP Yard. He present an alternative project. In the last day, the last moment, what happened with, well, and his project for sure is not public project, but all of us, we know that is because their business is an open yard. So what they offer is an open area for all the companies. So a company that who have in that case them, they explode the area for the berth and for the heart. That's it. And the rest of the companies is they do all the works. They present the project, which is again open yard project. Now you have in the other side the Astilleros, which is a closed yard project. And since the Port Authority, they say, well, after that, these two big companies with these two different models, the best way is do a public tendering. So we don't choose one of the other one. So the best is take time and prepare a public tendering, and will be open for everybody, for them and for another companies here in Europe or around the world. So, but hopefully, what we understand is what they want to do is a public tendering, but always requesting open yard area. Yes or yes. That is what the.
So what would happen to Astilleros then if somebody else got that tender and they indeed have to be out of their current location by 2027? And somebody, as I said, somebody else got that tender, what would happen to Astilleros?
Well, actually, nothing, because Astilleros de Mallorca, as a business company, they are also working inside STP area. So they will follow their business there in this other area. This other area, maybe this area could be exploited by STP or maybe with another company, whatever. So for us, it's not for all all the working companies there, doesn't matter. What we want is an open area, it's bought by someone, and the customers will, so they will keep working there as today. Because if you say that they are just working inside Astilleros de Mallorca, and in 2037 they finish the concession, so they will disappear, but it's not will happen. So mainly now in STP, they are the biggest company working there, so that the business will follow for them exactly the same. That's what we say is put all the companies in the same situation, because all of us will have the same right to get a space, extra space for work, and not just one company, all of us, them included. But at the end of the day, it's
So
a
if this
very,
is,
I say it's a very big
sorry, go ahead.
company. Yeah, it's a big company with a history, with a very good people. The employers, I've been working there for 4 years, so I mean, and it's one. It's very important for Mallorca, for the Balearic, because at the end, they are this kind of company. What they do is they bring a lot of boats to Palma. So they bring a lot of boats because they know everybody knows Astilleros, so that is very good. So in any case, we want that they disappear. Oh, no, that is not right. But different thing will be what they request, or what the space actually that they have now for what they request, which is 5 times more. If we say no, that is not right. But if not, of course, and we have to support Astilleros de Mallorca as a company here in Balearic, because they help a lot that the yachts come to Palma for them. And after we work, all of them, we are working together.
Well, as you said, now the Port Authority is going to take this public. How long will that process take then?
Well, this is, we don't know. And everybody knows that, because that's something that anybody expected. Because last year was sure that Astilleros, that they will move in that area. Everybody knows that, everybody says that. And well, you know, sometimes the politics is what they make their own plans about the port, and they say, but they forgot that there are a very big nautical industry in Palma, also inside STP area, where we need extra space, and is what we say. Well, when we was noticed about that, is when we say, wait. Because we are happy with this open area for everybody. So, and then they start to think, maybe you're right. That's why, mainly now, after the presentation of the alternative project, they decide that they cannot follow that way that put just Astilleros there. So this can happen in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. We don't know. Hopefully, no, so far, because we don't want that this keep with nothing. But well, we know that minimum Astilleros de Mallorca must be there in his place until 2027. So have 7 years, yes or yes there. It's not urgent, but also there is this area which is empty, and I think it's good that not many time they start to propose something for open yard and more business there.
So I guess this takes some of the pressure off to a certain degree. It gives a lot more time. There's not sort of this pressure to all of a sudden get everything done and moved over.
Yeah, and mainly because again, it was 99% clear that Astilleros will move there, and now, so it's a new plan. So now the politics are, we didn't think about that, so it's not in our plans. Let's think about now what to do with that area. So it could be something not easy, and I don't think so. In less than a year, they will talk about this area. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong, but difficult.
Well, I
Difficult.
guess right now there's so much going on, and if they have at least another 7 years, it's probably something they're going to sort of table for the current situation and take a look when life starts to go back to at least semi-normal or new normal, as it seems to be the slogan
Exactly.
nowadays.
Exactly. And anyway, until 2027, there are 7 years. So another thing is why we have to run so fast. If it's a lot of time, yet let's take time. Let's try to deal all together. The company, the sector. Let's stall because we don't have. I said that they want to decide. Well, they already decide yes or yes. They have to move there in 7 years. Well, let's no. So there are time to talk, to decide, to see which is the best way for all the nautical sector, and of course, and talk with Astilleros, see what the different ways that they can choose. Let's see.
Well, I would love to have you back when this, if any changes are made or if anything new comes to light in regards to Astilleros. But in regards to the Port Authority tax, is there somewhere people could go to get their questions answered easily?
No, easily not because there are a lot of each companies have a different questions, different because they call me and says Alex, I have I have rented a workshop here, but I don't use it. Do you know if I said I don't have any idea. Just last um, 3 weeks ago from INIP, the Association of the nautical companies in Balearic. We have a webinar, and they try to explain as best as they could because they study a lot, and when they start, because basically they say, well, they start to explain this tax, saying sorry for that. We have been study a lot about the tax, but it's so difficult. We also, they say, we have a lot of questions to do, so we can imagine that when we try to explain to all the company what you have to do, you have many questions, many requests to do. So, and this is it's so difficult. Well, let's do it and start. So they explain as better as they could. Yeah, until now, and every week we have more information slowly.
So if a company is questioning, what would be their best step? Just to go to a lawyer or to an accountant? What is their recourse in order to try and make sure?
Yeah, it's what they are doing. Some of them, they are talking with us, with some lawyers, the other one with the other one with another companies. When I heard someone with that they solved one of the questions and the other one had the same question, and say talk with that company because they have the same. It's for that. I don't think so. The Port Authority, hopefully, until end of this year, they will keep some time to all the everybody can adapt to this new applying of the tax, solve the questions, and because there are, I'm for sure they have, they don't know exactly what all the companies what they are doing. So there are many things that when they request to the Port Authority, it's when they will say, well, we don't know what to do. This is exactly what happened in December, last December, when we made the meeting to explain all the companies how they will apply in January, and the people on that meeting, just the companies and the freelance, and they start to request, make all the questions to the members of the Port Authority. Every 3 questions, 2 of them they say, well, let's think about and I will answer. Let's think of. So maybe they don't have 2, they have every 3 questions, they have 1. Okay, let me think about. So I don't think they will make a lot of pressure this year until they will solve their own problems and how to apply the tax, because still I don't know how they will apply the tax.
It sounds almost frustrating for the nautical companies for the simple fact that those that are implementing the tax itself don't even really know how it works. So those that it applies to, how are they to figure out how it works for them if those that apply the tax don't even know.
Yeah, it's crazy, yeah, but I think this is typical politics issue because they say, well, it's in the law, we have to apply, yes or yes. After, so we will apply, and we will see what happens. That is the, I say, yeah, and I remember when I asked the port authority, but then so how you know how I have to show my accounts, and they say, well, at the end of the year you have to show me what you think about the which how much more or less you think that you have your business inside in our area, about you have to pay this tax, and we will see if for them have sense or not. Um, I mean, I don't know. So that's the answer. Hopefully have changed a little bit. Now they know a little bit better how to apply it, but I don't think so much yet because it's so difficult. There are many areas. So and we have the marinas, we have the yards. Again, I have work. I have my office inside the port authority area, but my workshops are outside the port authority. I will have uh, customers in an area that maybe in the beginning I will work in the inside the port authority area, but I will finish the work in another area which is not involved for the tax. So so difficult. It will be very difficult. Be very difficult.
I
We
guess
have
it's
to
one
wait.
thing to apply as another to enforce entirely. Has there been any changes in that law uh, that was implemented July 1st, then the one that was originally supposed to be implemented on January 1st? Is there any changes, or is it the same, exactly the same as it was 6 months ago?
Well, no, they changed the quantity of the deposit. This is one good thing because for the freelancers at the beginning it was impossible to start the year putting that deposit, that quantity that they requested. So now is lower, depend how many people has the company and the employers basically, and also the percentage because they say between 1.5 and depend the area until 3.5 depend the area. Now they say no, it's 1.5 everywhere, and which is close the minimum because the minimum is 1%. So 1.5 will be okay. It's in my opinion, and it's not the tax. It's more all the papers that they are requesting and you need because you have when you do the invoice, you have to be clear which work have been on under the port authority area or not. It's more that work. So for a bigger company, it will be easier because we have secretaries, we have accountability department. But when you're a freelance, it's quite difficult work, mend the invoices during the night, and now you have the invoice and taking care which work have been done in the port authority area, which not to separate in order you can. So it will be a little bit difficult. What I fight is try to stop it. Yes or yes. Well, minimum we didn't stop, but well now we have is the tax is lower that they wanted to apply from January, and we have to run with this, and now it's already there. It's approved, so we can. Well, we have to follow and well, work together with the tax, and let's in the following month what happened, what they are doing, what they try to apply. Let's start to talk with them. Hopefully, I don't. I hope they don't push a lot with this tax. They don't put a lot of problems. So let's
We'll
see.
see. Well, you know what? I mean, to be absolutely honest with you, anything in Spain, if anything changes in Spain, especially when it comes to government, it
Yes.
doesn't matter whether it's in the nautical industry or whether it's in any industry, there is guaranteed to be so much paperwork that you're going to drown in it because that's just the way Spain works. So I'm pretty sure everyone expected that to begin with.
Exactly, it's paperwork. Some of the freelancers they call me says, Alex, now I have I use today, tomorrow, 3 days, just not working, so I cannot charge nothing for my business because just I'm preparing all the papers or just preparing, just try to understand what they request and talk with my with my lawyers or wherever, try to answer what they request. I say yeah, and that's just is the beginning. Just is the beginning. But well,
Well, if you ever get to the stage where you figure it out, will you be willing to share that with all our viewers and all the people in the nautical industry in Mallorca?
yeah, it's I received some calls from outside of Mallorca because they've been noticed about that, and in some area they are happy. Well, for me, the worst have been that I just start to receive emails from captains, just ask me. They ask me about the tax because okay, they say Alex, I already know that this tax will apply from July. And one of the concerns that they have is if it's this tax, they will is something regarding the captain, the boat, or well, because what they scare is if it's basically at the end of the year when I make a repair in Mallorca, that will increase the cost or not. So for sure, I say well. It's clear that when you have a tax, you have this tax to apply with the new quotation that you are preparing. You have to think about this tax. Well, but we are talking 1.5%. It's the end of the world. Not. It's nice, not, but for them, it's not will be a problem. I mean, this tax at the end of the year, they say, wow, now the invoices for the companies have increased 1.5 well percent. Could be, yeah, would be normal.
Well, I imagine straight across the face of the planet, taxes increase at least that every single year for something, in the very least. So every year our taxes do not stay the same; they do rise.
Yeah, no. What just hopefully is that this. I hope that the port authority with the quantity, because they say that they don't want, because they don't need the money. Of course, the port authority, if they don't have any problem with the money. So what they say is they can use this tax for make improvements in the port or try to help the companies, the business, the sector. So at the end, it's if I have to pay this 1.5% for improve our nautical sector, I will be happy. Why not? If it's just
Well,
for
as
that.
long as someone is holding them to task for it as well. I mean, I think that's always something that we have to be careful with. You know, a government will say that they're going to be using that money for a certain purpose, but there always needs to be the citizen standing behind them, making sure that that money goes for that purpose.
Yeah. Well, in that case, this tax is not necessary. That must be they have to use the tax for no, it's not necessary. They can put in the port authority pocket and that's it. But hopefully, because they don't need it, I mean, if they use this tax for good things, will be perfect. And if it's like that, I'm pretty sure that the other companies, and the captain, they say 1.5 or 2 or 2.5. It really, at the end of the year, we have a replay of this tax, and it's good for you. Why not? If it's just to pay for nothing, that is not nice. But if not, could be good. They have a lot of things to do in Mallorca for the sector to improve the companies and the areas, more workshops, a lot of things that they can use this money for that. A birth, many things to do. So I will be happy, and I'm sure the captains and the rest of the company as well, if they use this money for a good thing.
Well, fingers crossed, that exactly is what will happen. And I'm sure that we'll all be keeping an eye on it to see that it does. Alex, listen, thank you ever so much again for your time and your knowledge. And we would like to have you back if there is any changes with the Astilleros situation and the open and closed yard. And as well, if you have any more insight into what's going on with the Port Authority tax and sort of how they're planning on enforcing it, or, if there's any sort of ease with which companies can comply.
Sure, we will do that. Hopefully now, after, well, with the COVID time that we still are there, so we have to think in our own business, all of us, working hard, keep our business, well, for me, until next year, we cannot talk if it will be good or not. So work hard and let's see what happens the following month, also with Astilleros and the tax. But I want to say, I say some companies, because some of the owners of the company, they call me very angry about the tax. They say, yeah, no, it's not nice. But remember that at the end of the day, if your company is not working well, I mean, this 1.5, yeah, is part. Think about your own company, do it well, and earn a lot of money. And this 1.5 is part of the discussion, but it's not it's not everything. No. So.
Well, thank you once again, Alex. This has been Alex from Grupo Barco, and we will have you back in the near future. You've been watching another edition of Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I have been your host. Tune in again for another episode.